Step into the interrogation chamber where the struggle between a detective and a psychopath is being played out. This is the chilling tale of a twisted bond between siblings, where a psychopathic brother's misguided quest to save his sister leads to a devastating tragedy. How does a psychopath behave in an interrogation? Let's find out in today's video. Keith Randulich sat in a police interrogation room, his gaze locked on his blood-stained clothes, as he told officers why he killed his 4-year-old half-sister, Sabrina Clement, sending shockwaves through the courtroom. Prosecutors aired a chilling video of Randulich's police interrogation during a sentencing hearing. The haunting footage unfolded mere moments after his brutal act, where he savagely slit Sabrina Clement's neck in 2009, leaving everyone in stunned disbelief. Randulich, who was then a senior at Lincoln Way East High School, explained in the video that he killed his sister in order to keep her safe from a family member he thought was sexually assaulting the girl. The Makina police investigation did not turn up any proof of physical abuse towards Clement. According to Sergeant John Luthen's testimony, Randulich's true goal was his relative rather than his sister. When the layers of deception were peeled back, his terrifying ideas took a sinister turn because his mother refused to give him the money. The stage was set for Randulich on May 22nd. After his parents left with Randulich's 14-year-old brother to attend a school function. Randulich, his 16-year-old brother, and Sabrina were at home. He washed some dishes in the kitchen and retrieved a steak knife, tucking it into his front pocket of his hoodie.
Then I just took a knife, put it in my hoodie right away. Then I walked right in there and said that.
In the midst of a sweet scene of siblings watching SpongeBob SquarePants in Randulich's basement bedroom while wearing blue and pink pajamas and her wavy brown hair pulled back in a ponytail, a haunting question surfaces. Why did the direction of his seemingly loving and caring heart take a sudden tragic U-turn, transforming into an unspeakable act of violence? When Clement informed Randulich that she wanted to paint with him, he agreed, but asked her to lie on the ground first, sending shivers down the viewer's spine. Randulich's chilling words echoed within the interrogation room as he confessed, "I uttered my love for her, pulling the knife from my pocket, and in that terrifying moment, a twisted smile danced across her face. I gave her fragile neck a single, malicious stroke that only caused the graze, causing her to cry out in pain and beg for me to stop." As the chilling recording continued, Randulich's voice carried a deadly calmness as he disclosed, "In that moment, a sinister realization gripped me tightly. I was destined to end the life of my dear little sister. There was no turning back, for we were once inseparable, best friends intertwined in a twisted bond." He described it with a distant detachment that could only come from a disturbed mind. Unyielding, I resumed my relentless assault. Her cries for pity were ignored despite her desperate grip on her bruised neck. I persisted in my unrelenting onslaught while in a psychotic trance. Randulich revealed his reasoning, revealed the depth of his disordered mentality, saying that he thought this ruthless deed would quickly take her life. But the painful reality emerged that his sister endured unimaginable suffering, trapped in an agonizing torment that defied all comprehension. In order to understand what is wrong with his mentality, we have to take a closer look at the complexities that had happened within him as a young boy. Keith Randulich was born into a wealthy household and appeared to have everything he needed: a caring stepfather, a nurturing mother, 2 steadfast brothers, and the cherished presence of a young, innocent sister, are all intertwined within the complex web of his family's story. He was good at academics as well. His outward manner and distinctive approach generated a stir as he grew up in the picture-perfect Illinois town of Makina. However, beyond the surface of privilege and seeming happiness, an unsettling reality existed, a disturbing tendency for conducting illegal acts, with his own sister sadly serving as the focus of his unsettling crimes. Stepping once more into the eerie realm of the interrogation chamber where the true horrors of his mind are laid bare, Randulich reported that she was yelling and fighting. "Why are you killing me?" she screamed. The 40-pound girl cried out and resisted as he cut her throat about 30 times. Randulich claimed that after that, he went upstairs and made a 911 call.
Blood? Absolutely.
You never wanted to exclude her from the family?
Never.
Did you ever have any ill feelings or discontent about her being born because it was with a different father?
I don't know why my mom said that. Okay.
In a call recording played in court, he can be heard saying, "Aye, come over here quickly." He also dialed his stepfather, mother, and other family members and openly admitted to the crime. He then went back to the basement where Clement was lying dead. He gave her a kiss and apologized for having to do that. I cherished my sister dearly, stated Randulich. The 16-year-old claimed that he was playing video games and was completely unaware of what had happened until he noticed the lights of the police cars in front of the house. Authorities discovered a terrifying collection of objects in the basement throughout their inquiry that formed a troubling picture of Randulich's interests and inclinations. These written materials, which the Chicago Tribune at the time called disturbing writings, hinted at the stormy thoughts whirling within his tormented mind. A selection of horror films and death metal music, distinguished by its powerful and dark compositions, enhanced the eerie scene further. The addition of a rubber clown mask also produced a sinister effect on the scene. How did he react when confronted with probing questions about his cherished sister?
That's her name, Sabrina.
Up until today, when you had the discussion with your mom about the firearm,
Yeah,
you stated that you wanted the firearm to
right, to shoot.
shoot.
And that was it.
The detectives interrogated Randulich repeatedly to seek an explanation for his conviction that he was guarding Clement despite her terrible death. How could you hurt something so lovely? Questioned one of the two questioning detectives. I'm not proud of my acts, Randulich stated in response. There is no defense for it. She was the member of our family that I loved the most. She was the one I trusted the most. Randulich expressed regret for his actions, saying that if given the chance, he would have looked into getting a job to be able to buy a gun in order to shoot the dangerous relative. He admitted it was a pointless loss of life. According to a psychiatrist's analysis, Randulich has a personality disorder and has been found to be psychologically fit to stand trial. According to the prosecution, Randulich should serve a life sentence due to the crime's especially severe nature. Randulich, with a barely audible voice, conveyed to Judge Amy Bertani-Tomzak that he continued to hold the belief that he was protecting his sister from mistreatment by a relative. Randulich, fixated on the defense table, acknowledged, I heard what the state's attorney stated, that he considered the environment I grew up in, where a 4-year-old was being abused every day, does not have the right to judge me. I took action to stop child abuse. Randulich's words show a glimpse of the frightening mindset of a psychopath, where justifications and distorted views intertwine, blurring the lines between right and wrong. In a heartfelt plea to soften the blow of justice, defense attorneys played their trump card, presenting the judge with 7 poignant letters of support. Among them was a letter from Randulich's own mother, a plea from the depths of a mother's heart, pleading with the judge to show mercy. She is in a scenario that is exceptional, heartbreaking, and tragic for any mother. She had already witnessed the irrevocable loss of one child and now faced the prospect of losing her firstborn. The murder of Sabrina Clement was a brutal and heinous act that called for life in prison or a sentence of 60 to 80 years that guarantees Randulich will never walk among society again. Keith Randulich received a 40-year prison term. The sentence calls for him to serve straight time without any credit for good behavior. Keith Randulich is presently detained at the Illinois Department of Corrections. His release is not expected until 2052, and he'll be in his late 50s when he is released from prison, according to the reports. Keith Randulich's parents have maintained a low-key lifestyle after experiencing the tragic event. The criminal case involving Keith Randulich was among the saddest and most unsettling ones. He's even listed as one of the world's deadliest killer children. The idea that a guy killed his own loving sister makes me feel terrified, but not as terrified as when I found out about the girl who killed her own mother by stabbing her 200 times. Click that video right here.